Cal and I used to talk about that. I went, I wonder what age I'm going to have like a drink, because I never had a drink. And then all of a sudden, I was doing a set. I don't know how long ago. And Rogan goes, hey, do a shot with me. I'm like, God, dude, I don't like to smoke a drink before a set. And he's like, dude, I always do it, just takes the edge off. I'm like, he has been doing comedy for 35 years. This guy knows what he's doing. He's one of the best to ever do it. So let me do a shot with him. Do a shot. Have one of the best sets of my life. And I'm like, well, now I got to keep doing this. Got to keep the trend going. Went from one shot. Now it's a double. Now it's a double before every set. You got 3 sets a night. We going Sizzler. Not in a good way. No, I'm usually fine, man. It's usually 1 double and then I'm good. So if you see me doing stand-up, I'm drinking 1 double. Yeah. I'll tell you what's not a good idea. This is how I'm going to segue into this. I'll tell you what's not a great idea is to quote anything I say off a number of the 3 shows that I do between Below the Belt for Showtime, Firing the Kid, Brian the Kid Callen, or especially King and the Sting with fellow comedian and very close friend of mine, Theo Von. To quote anything or to cut anything that I say out of King and the Sting, which is a pure comedy, entertainment, I'd say it's a show. It's even hard to call it a podcast. The way that thing is produced, it is basically a high-functioning TV show put on YouTube. If I told you guys how much that thing is to make, it'd blow your mind. That's what that thing is. That is Theo Von, one of the greatest comics in the world, and my dumbass trying to outdo each other. And the way it works, if you haven't listened to it, if you've just seen a headline that I'm going to address right now, which I can't believe I'm addressing this, but it has to be done because it's affected a close friend of mine. So the way that show works is fans submit videos. That show is generated and created for fans and is made possible by fans. So there's like Rip My Drip. People send in pictures of them wearing clothes, or Flaunt My Aunt. It's their aunt or babysitters or moms and we talk about what they look like. Or there's relationship advice. And this is which brings me to this next kind of segue into why I'm even addressing any of this. On last week's podcast on King the Sting with Theo Von, a gentleman who was losing his hair sent in relationship advice, says, I'm losing my hair, man. I'm worried about shaving my head. I'm worried I'm not going to get chicks anymore. My dumbass, I say a lot of dumb things, and I take credit for it, and I own it, man. But when I have a problem with it is when it affects very close friends like Joe Rogan, who has to deal with some sort of media frenzy now because they misquoted me. When I say misquoted me, I assume everyone knows the context that I'm talking about because I'm talking to my very good friend Theo Von, who we both know Joe Rogan. I live in that context. I'm a moron. There's that show, this isn't bragging, is one of the biggest podcasts in the world. There's a ton of people watching. Not everyone knows my relationship with Joe. Not everyone assumes my relationship with Dana White or Theo. I have no idea. When we're in the context of that show, I'm in this little studio. It's me and Theo talking. I got to do better. I've been doing podcasts way too long to let something like this affect. So this gentleman who's losing his hair goes, hey man, I'm losing my hair. I'm worried I'm not going to get chicks anymore. Something to that. I forget his exact comment. Shout out to that guy. I forget his exact comments, but in general it was, I'm losing my hair. What should I do? And I go, man, don't worry about losing your hair. I know guys who are killing the game, who are slanging dick. Now, if you just hear me say slanging dick, and this is the way people took it, which looking at the clip, I get how you take it that way. Slanging dick means fucking girls, sleeping with many women. That's not what I meant by it all. But I can get how you get to that conclusion when you just watch the clip. My context saying slanging dick, what I meant by that, and this is me correcting it now, so there's no miscommunication, there's no blurred lines. I did not mean Joe Rogan is cheating on his wife. Joe Rogan is one of my closest, dearest friends. I wish everyone had a friend like Joe Rogan. I talk to him damn near every day. I would never, ever do anything to bring any sort of harm his way or hate or attention, especially on his wife. His wife and my wife are friends. That is ridiculous. And that's on me. That's on me. I got to do better. Not talking about my personal friends like that. Back to this. When I say guys slanging dick, what I meant is Joe, and I've referenced three guys. If I think I haven't seen the clip in a long since last week, but three guys: Joe Rogan, bald guy, slanging dick, crushing it. One of the best comics in the world, biggest podcast in the world, biggest show. We talk about just shows. You want to talk about Howard Stern? He ain't shit compared to Joe Rogan. You want to talk about any show you watch on TV? It ain't shit compared to Joe Rogan. That's slanging dick. That's killing the game. Dana White, another successful bald dude who is slanging dick, aka killing the game. Not meaning he is sleeping with many women. Slanging dick could be slanging dick to your wife. Could be just, in general, kicking ass. That's on me. Slinging dick to 99.9% of the people outside my circle of friends means fucking other girls cheating on your wives. My bad. Not what I meant. Not what I meant at all. And listen, Joe Rogan's a very close friend. Very, very close friend. Do you think I'm that stupid? Let's say he was, I would do it. I would announce it to the world like that to millions of people. Give me a little, I know I'm a dumbass. Give me a little more credit than that. Give me a little more credit than that. I was trying to be funny. I fucked up. When it goes to Dana White, me and Dana haven't spoken years. I don't know him. I don't want to know him. We're not friends. I have no idea what he does in his off time. He might live in Dubai with 7 wives for all I know. I have no idea what he's doing. Again, that goes back to my point of guys who are bald crushing it. All I see is him as far as a business crushing it. Sold for $1 billion, worth 400, doing his thing, jet setting, killing it. My other example was Jeff Bezos, who's one of the richest men in the world. Here's the problem with Jeff Bezos. When you say slanging dick with Jeff Bezos, he did just get a divorce. He cheated on his wife, so that's a bad example. The example should have been not slanging dick. Hey, dude, you're going bald. Don't worry about not getting chicks. I know guys who are killing it in life. And if you kill in life, it usually attracts the other sex, man or woman. When you're being successful, that usually attracts people. That's what I meant. The 3 most successful bald guys I know. Jeff Bezos being the most rich. Dana White, Joe Rogan. That was the example. I knew I had to address this when I saw it on World Star. It's so silly to me, and I hate that I have to do this. But when it gets to my friend Joe Rogan, he's like, I had no idea. I tell you guys, I don't read comments. I really don't see a ton of stuff out there. I have people deal with a lot of stuff for me in regards to social media, YouTube. I've never seen a comment. I don't look at numbers. I don't look at any of that stuff. I have people that do that. I look at news on there. So this got brought to my attention when it hit World Star, and my brother goes, dude, check this bullshit out. I'm like, oh my God. And then he gets to Rogan. Then we talk about it. I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. That's not what I meant at all. I'm a dumbass. I say a lot of stupid things. To get quoted from a King of the Sting podcast with Theo Vaughn would be the last thing I would assume, but here we are. So not what I meant in the least bit. It was a fun clickbait for everybody, but man, you are barking up the wrong tree. I'll tell you that right now. You're barking up the wrong goddamn tree. All right, we good? Great, grand. Let's move on.